Hey YouTube, how's it going? This is Gamester81. Really enjoyed my last couple vids on the top 10 consoles in my opinion, and got a lot of great feedback. So I decided to continue the series. I'm going to show you my top 40 rarest systems and game machines that I own in my collection. So let's start with number 40. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, I'm going to start with number 40. It's the Sears Video Arcade 2. If you guys don't know it already, this is system came out. It's basically a 2600, Atari 2600. Sears had worked with Atari in releasing some game machines in the Sears, available in Sears. This system came out in 1983. What it is essentially it's a 2600 model that they released in Japan only. It's called the 2800. It wasn't very successful in Japan, but Sears liked the model so much they brought it to the States in that same year, 1983. It's pretty rare even today. I've got a game in here that I wanted to show you. I might do a review on a little later on, but pretty cool game. And also, the paddle is really cool. One of my favorite paddles for 2600. You get your buttons right here. It's your directional pad, and it's also your paddle all in one. So that's number 40, the Sears Video Arcade number 2. On to number 39. All right, number 39, it's a Sega Master System Model 2. Sega Master System originally came out in 1986. 1990, Sega, Tonka had kind of the rights to make the Sega Master System in the States, and Sega took it back and made this low-cost model. Doesn't have, can't play the cards, and it's got a built-in game. It's got the Alex kit in it. Later models, 1981, they released one with Sonic the Hedgehog, which is even more rare, but plays games perfectly, works like a charm. It's a Sega Master System 2. Very underrated system, by the way. I recommend picking one up if you can find the original one for sure. Original ones are a little bit more common than this bad boy. Thanks. Alright, number 38. It doesn't look much like a system, but believe me, it is. It's a Starpath Supercharger. It came out in the mid-80s by a company called Arcadia. They had to later change their name to Starpath because of copyright reasons. There was already a system called the Arcadia at the time. But what it is, it plugs into the Atari 2600 and expands the bytes of the games from 128 to over like 6200, so 49-fold. It actually plays, if you're curious about the games, you have to play it through a cassette player, and this jack right here plays into the headphone jack of the cassette player, and you can load the games through there. A lot of collectors like this little gadget because you can homebrew games really easy through this. What's interesting, there's about a dozen games released for the system. This is one of them, Dragon Stomper, and this is one of the very first RPGs. Actually, I think it is the very first RPG game release ever for a home console. So, Starpath Supercharger didn't do very well, but it's pretty rare. So, on to number 37. Alright, number 37, we got the Sharp Twin Famicom system. This was released only in Japan, came out in 1986. What it is, it's a 2-in-1 combo system. So it plays Famicom cartridges on the top, and then inside here it plays the disc drives as well. So instead of having the attachments all in one right here. Made by Sharp, licensed by Nintendo. This was the last time that Nintendo did this. I'll show you a system where Nintendo licensed their hardware as well to make another system. So this is the Sharp Twin Famicom. On to number 36. Okay, number 36 on my list is the Nuon Player, which at first glance looks like a DVD player, and you're right, it is a DVD player. This is a Toshiba model, but it does play video games, which a lot of people don't realize, and didn't do very well. It's got the special Nuon technology, and there's special games you can play. There's a Tempest version, awesome on this, and there's a port here for controllers you can plug in. So didn't sell very well. Well, I can't speak today. Didn't sell very well, but because of that, it makes it pretty rare. Thanks for watching. 30. Let's talk about the Microvision. This came out by Mattel in 1979. Now, contrary to popular belief, the Game Boy was not the very first system with interchangeable games. This one, the games are right here, and they just actually pop in, slide in like so. Not a very great system, but if you watch Friday the 13th, there's a scene where they're actually playing this. So this is the Microvision by Mattel. Okay, this is number 34. This is my Cocktail Arcade. I love these classic arcades. I picked this one up on Craigslist a while back. This has got 39 classic games in one. It's got all the it's got all the Donkey Kongs on it. It's got all the Pac-Mans on it. It used to be a rally bike arcade by Tato, which I have looked for. Alright, So number 33 on my list is the Commodore Amiga CD32. This system sold approximately about 100,000 units. However, it was never sold in the States. It came out in Europe, huge in Europe. They say it was the very first 32-bit system, although the FM Towns Marty is actually beat it to it, but it would be the second 32-bit system, CD-based, and came out in Canada as well, our neighbors up north, but never reached the States, and it's Commodore's second attempt to make a console as well. So, interesting system, pretty rare to see in the States, but there's a lot of great games for it as well, and the graphics are good too, so pretty decent. And it's number 33. Let's on to 32. Number 32 on my list of top 40 rare consoles I own is the Magnavox Odyssey 1. This is the very first home console. It came out in 1972, so it beat the 2600 by 5 years. But they've actually been playing this to back in the late 60s. So it's interesting. It plays cards, or kind of cards, but you know, they're interesting games. I did a review on this, so if you guys are curious more about the system, check that out. Now to number 31. Alright, number 31 on my list of rare consoles I own is the JVC X'Eye. The system came out in 1994 by JVC. It's through an arrangement that they had with Sega for working for the Sega CD system. This is known as Wonder Swan in Japan. It's retail for $500, and basically Sega released a little short while after this came out the CDX, and it's a lot more compact, about half the size of this, and it retailed for a lot less, so they undercut JVC, which this didn't sell very well, making it very, very rare, and it's a really cool piece to have a part of the collection. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time. Take care, guys.